Oh, now I'm live. Hey everyone. I've been struggling for the last half an hour trying to get this stupid thing to work. My computer is really old. And I thought it might have been the internet, and I was trying to fix a router, and then I just gave up and came downstairs into my husband's dungeon and used his computer. So yeah, now I'm live in my husband's dungeon in all its glory. There's toys and lots of paperwork. And yeah, so don't mind the mess of the background. My unfinished stairs in my basement. Hey, staff. As you can see, I'm coming to you live now from my husband's dungeon. Isn't it glamorous? Anyways, welcome to episode 2 of Pro Passion Podcast. Just a little on the delayed side. Which I really wouldn't expect anything other than that, because it's Tuesday and it's already been like a week for Powell. But it's okay. It's okay. I got it working, and that's what matters. I'm just gonna calm down. The really funny part is that the entire time I was trying to fix the router, because I thought it might have been an internet issue, because I was going live, and then it would just sit there and say going live, and it would just spin, and I thought maybe it was an internet issue. So I was trying to fix my router. The entire time I was trying to fix my router, I couldn't help but notice the fact that someone has an LG smart refrigerator network in my area, and I really just wanted to log on to their smart refrigerator and see if I could do something with it, because I think that would be hilarious to somehow be able to control someone else's smart refrigerator. Anyways, I don't know, that was just my little tangent as I was sitting here watching my thing spin around. But yeah, it's been a week. It's Tuesday. Great. We got word today that I guess things with COVID aren't going so great in Canada right now, and Prime Minister is now saying that they're telling people that any unessential travel should be canceled, that there's going to be new provincial regulations and federal regulations around traveling within and outside of Canada. So now I'm stressing out about that, because my mom is supposed to be flying here on the 12th from Nova Scotia, because otherwise I don't really have anything to do with my son when I go into labor. So that's, fun. We'll, I guess, wait and see what happens, but hopefully she can still come, and hopefully it doesn't completely ruin all my plans and I have to try and figure something out. But yeah, it was cold as hell here today. It was about -41 tonight, I think it is, which is really, really cold. You don't want to go outside cold, but I had to go outside anyway, which was no fun. In fact, I had to go to the bank and get a new bank card because someone hacked my bank card, and they didn't even do a good job of it. They took out $1. So I had to go get my bank card canceled because someone took $1 from my account. Anyways, it's done now. The account's canceled. The card's canceled, which when you cancel your debit card, you have to get a whole new online banking, because your debit card is connected to your online banking. So I had to get all my online banking switched over, and it was my checking account. So I had to get all my pre-authorized payments reset up. It was pain in the butt. Anyways, I did that today. That was really fun. I also got new glasses though, which is fun, because on my old glasses there was a big spot right in this corner where all the film or the coatings had kind of come off. So then there's this one spot in my glasses where I just couldn't see anything, and there was no glare or anti-glare or anything. It was just this weird crusty spot, and you kind of was picking off. But yeah, now I have new glasses, so that's exciting. They kind of look exactly like my old glasses, except for these ones are a little bit more fancy because they have leopard print on the inside, and then they have a little bit of sparkle right here, which you could barely see. But other than that, they're pretty much exactly the same as my other glasses, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. Also today, I got mail, which is super exciting. Just before Christmas, I had seen an ad from Breezy Cozy or Bree Cozy on Instagram, and she was selling these sweaters. So mine came in the mail today. If you can see, it says Cozy AF, which makes me happy. And on the sleeve, it says Bree Cozy. In case you want to find her on Instagram, it's at Bree Cozy. And on this side, it says Purl Passion. How exciting is that? I love it. But yeah, she makes them. She also does custom orders for things like hats, knitted blankets, scrunchies, headbands. I've seen her sell. But yeah, she's got all kinds of stuff. So you should head over and check out Bree Cozy on Instagram. Super comfy sweater. And it's right now the only sweater that I actually have that fits me, because I knew I was pregnant and I got it in a really large size. So my belly doesn't hang out the bottom, which is a real plus when it's minus 41 out. So yeah. I guess this week in knitting news, the same thing. For once, the knitting community has been a buzz with the same thing that everyone else has been a buzz with. Like the entire online social media community has been talking about poor Bernie Sanders and his mittens. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen all of the memes. Some of them are pretty awesome. But yeah, I wanted to show you my version. These are from about, I think I designed them about 4 years ago. So these are not like copycat Bernie Sanders mittens by any means, but they're brown and they're big comfy mittens. These are my coffee and cream mittens. And you can find the pattern on Ravelry if you want them. But yeah, they're like Bernie Sanders' mittens. They're brown and they're mittens. His mittens are actually made by someone named Jen Ellis, who is a teacher in Vermont, and she made hers out of, I believe, fleece made from recycled plastic bottles, and recycled knit sweaters. So she actually took knit sweaters and sewed them together to make his. But yeah, apparently I read somewhere that she has received 1,300 emails requesting a pair of those mittens since that meme went crazy, which is kind of funny because she's like, people, I'm not making any more of these mittens. Go away. I'm sure as crafters and makers, we've all been in situations where people have been like, oh, you need to make me one of those. Oh, you need to make me one of those. And it's like, you know, these things don't just happen overnight. Like, it takes time and materials and effort, and I don't have all of these things. So I'm not going to make you 1,300 pairs of mittens because I'm a teacher and yeah, I have other things to do. So yeah, she however did release a statement that she's happy that it did make a lot of money for some Vermont charities. People were using the mittens to raise money for charities in Vermont, which she was very happy about, and she's very happy that she was able to help out and become an internet sensation, I guess. I kind of just feel bad for her. Like, I can't imagine just like making someone a pair of mittens and then like 5 years later, just not even thinking about it, you get 1,300 emails saying, I need a pair of these mittens. I need a pair of these mittens. It's like, really? Really? Can you imagine just 1,300 emails in one day being like, make me a pair, make me a pair? It's like, yeah, that would just be terrible. I'd be like, no, I cannot make you a pair, nor can I make 1,300 pairs of mittens. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, it's kind of cool that she's like internet famous now. But yeah, this Bernie Sanders mittens thing has seemed to sweep the nation, which is kind of funny because politics has definitely been a divisive point in the US for some time now. And I just think it's really funny that the one thing that everybody seems to be able to come together and agree on is a picture of Bernie Sanders in his warm mittens. It just there's just something so, I don't know, wholesome and happy about it. I just it just makes me laugh. I actually went on Ravelry today and found that 5 out of 20 of the top patterns released on Ravelry recently are Bernie Sanders related. And 13, at least 13 that I found today, patterns were released that were based on the Bernie Sanders mittens, including a teapot cozy with Bernie Sanders' face on it. Which I think it was crochet, but even so, I may have to learn to crochet so I can make a teapot, or a teapot that I don't even have, to cover my teapot with Bernie Sanders' face, because it's just funny. I was scrolling through Instagram one day this week, and I saw that Whimsy and Sassy Charms is making some little stitch mark or progress keepers, I guess they are, with Bernie Sanders on it. So I ordered a couple. I ordered one for myself, and I ordered one to give away to one of you guys on the podcast. So hopefully those will come in the mail eventually, and I'll be able to show them to you. But I just thought it was funny. It's kind of a piece of history, and of all the things that the inauguration could be known for, it's just kind of funny that people just have latched on to that one thing, and now it's just, part of history. A ridiculous part of history, but a part of history nonetheless. But yeah, I also wanted to tell you guys that on February 5th to February 7th, Knit City Virtual is going to be going on, which is a completely online version of Knit City. So they're going to have classes and different talks and a virtual, they call it a virtual trunk show. So the classes you can sign up for, they have all kinds of awesome teachers. They have all kinds of classes over the weekend, and there's still definitely lots of spots to sign up for. I was on there today just seeing what was still left. There's also a virtual happy hour with the grocery girls. Gigi made it, and I'm going to butcher this name. Ami Gill, is that her name? She's from Le Bon Ami, which is she's a dyer from Paris. I'm sorry if I butchered her name. But yeah, they're hosting a virtual happy hour on Friday the 5th, and it is at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and you can get your tickets on the knitsocial.ca website. And I'm really intrigued about the virtual trunk show, because it looks like they have a big lineup. Like, you can go on that website to see their schedule. And basically they have each different business has a different hour spot. So it looks like every hour you can go on and click a live button, and that business will be open for 1 hour, and you can go on, and they'll, just depending on what they want to do, they could show their product or talk to people or converse with customers and that kind of thing. But yeah, they have a whole list of amazing sellers and dyers and makers and lots of different people there. They have them going on all weekend, so you'll have to check out the schedule and check one of those out, because I'm kind of excited to see how that is. I've never heard of a virtual trunk show before, so I'm kind of intrigued to see what that is going to be. So I'm going to have to go to a couple on that weekend, which is not this weekend, but next weekend. But yeah, I guess I should show you guys what I've been knitting. I finished my hat for my son. Again, my husband helped me move down here. He put all my stuff that I had all laid out in a laundry basket and just carried it down the stairs for me. Because normally I set up for the podcast upstairs in the living room, and I kind of sit on the couch and I have everything around me so that you guys can't see it necessarily in the frame, but I can easily grab it because I'm really pregnant and grabbing things is not easy. But anyways, he just threw everything in a laundry basket and brought it downstairs for me so I could use his computer. clearly I'm going to have to invest in a new computer really soon. Either that or somehow find 1,000 people to follow me so that I can just stream from my phone. But yeah, I finished my son's hat. It's hard to see because the lighting down here is not the best. But yeah, it has these kind of pattern on it with the lines that go this way. I'm gonna do up a written pattern for it at some point. I can't really be trusted to do much right now with my brain. I don't really trust myself to do math or knit a pattern, or not knit a pattern. I can knit a pattern, write a pattern, but I am going to write up this pattern. I'm calling it the sugarcane farm hat because it was inspired by my son and my husband who were building a sugarcane farm in Minecraft one day, and I thought that'd be a really cool thing to do on a hat because my son needed a hat. And yes, clearly you can see how big of a head my little 3-year-old has because his hat fits me perfectly. It looks super cute on him too. I'm going to post a picture of him wearing it because he looks cuter in it than I do. But yeah, this is a really cool pom-pom that I put on it. It actually has like a snap, and you just snap it on. Now I can kind of show you guys the top of the hat here. The crown of it looks like without the pom-pom on it. So yeah, see the sugar cane kind of stops. Then there's like a reverse stockinette section, and then the pom-pom goes in down. But yeah, it's the only pom-pom that I had, and I got it as a gift from Steph when I did my fiber share. And yeah, now I have to buy myself another one because I was going to use this on the hat for myself, but my son apparently needed a huge pom-pom. His daddy has a huge pom-pom on his hat, so apparently he needed a huge pom-pom on his hat too. So yeah, that's my final project. But I think I decided that the color of this yarn, as much as I love the colors of this yarn, I think that they're a little too dark and busy for the pattern. It's kind of hard to see in pictures and stuff, the pattern. So I think I'm going to get a different color of yarn and try again before I write up the pattern. So someday that pattern will come out. But yeah. If you're interested in testing it, let me know. If you really want to knit this hat and you don't want to wait for forever for me to come out with it, let me know and I'll hook you up with the pattern. Because I'm not sure how long it'll be before I actually get a written pattern out for it, but someday it will come out. The other thing I've been working on, pull my laundry basket over. Is a project called the Mitral Cowl. I got my pattern in a bag there. It looks like this. This is designed by Stephanie Twilight Knitworks. And you can find her on Ravelry and Instagram. And I think the pattern is already out, so you can purchase this pattern on Ravelry right now. But I was asked by Stephanie from Direwolf Yarn Co. to knit up a sample for her because she's going to be doing some top secret kits for Mother's Day. So she wanted me to try out knitting one of them in one of her colorways. So I will show you guys what I'm working on. The lighting's not the best down here. I apologize, but at least the cameras are really good. Brand new iMac computer. So yeah, this is how much as I've got done so far. So there's a ribbing section and then the pattern section, and then very, very soon I get to add in the next color, which is exciting. So these are my 3 colors that I have. Ooh, aren't they pretty? I love them. I think this one's going to be really cool. Corally pinky color. I'm excited. I have to decide which one very soon. Which one's going to be the second color? I haven't decided it yet. It's going to be a last minute decision. Game time decision. Oh, now I'm all tangled. How do I have gray tangled in here? I'm not using the gray. Oh no. Oh no. This is what happens when you let your 3-year-old touch your yarn. Things get messy. So yeah, that is what I'm currently working on, is this. So yeah, Stephanie wanted me to kind of give you guys a heads up that this is going to be something that she's going to be releasing for Mother's Day. So she said that she would probably have them available around, I think she said April. Mid-April. So yeah. Pretty colors. I'll have to check those out. But yeah, I couldn't pass up an opportunity to help my two favorite Stephanies in the knitting community. Stephanie from Dire Wolf Yarn Co. and Stephanie from Twilight Yarn. I can't even do it today. Stephanie from Stephanie Twilight Knitworks. There we go. I somehow keep merging the two together and wanting to say Dire Wolf Knitworks. I don't know why. It just, they merge together in my brain. There's so many Stephanies and they just, yeah, that's how it comes out sometimes. There's nothing I can do about it. But yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, this is the bag that my yarn came in that I got from Dire Wolf. And then I just used it to put a pattern in. So that I didn't spill coffee on it. I thought it was genius. That's my real reason. My excuse is that I don't want my toddler to wreck the pattern, but the real reason is I just don't want to spill coffee on it. So yeah, there's some other things that I was going to tell you about. Stephanie from Dire Wolf Yarn Co. has been hard at work the last couple weeks. She's been releasing a crap ton of new yarn. I keep telling her she's releasing new yarn faster than I have enough money to buy, which is never a good thing. But she is currently just almost out of her Toxic Love kits that she's selling. And they are 2 skeins of fingering yarn. And $10 from each kit is going to a women's shelter in her area. And they're going to be a Harley Quinn and Joker set, which is super exciting. And I already bought mine. And I can't wait to see what she does. And she's also got some Christmas and Halloween yarn vents and Bridgerton yarn, which I finally finished watching Bridgerton, which was fun. But now I'm kind of sad that I don't just get to watch another season. I really think that the whole point in streaming and watching Netflix is so that you can just watch like it forever. I don't like to have to like watch one season and then like wait for the second season to come out. I'm not patient enough for that. But anyways, I watched Bridgerton and I really did like it. It was really awesome. If you haven't watched it yet, you should because it's fun. Stephanie's also coming out with knitting bags. Let's see if I can show you. I think I have a picture of it on my phone, which I also purchased today. I'll post a picture of it in my story so that you guys can see that. Oh, the light's not gonna work very well. Whoop. The light is not gonna work very well. I'll post a picture on my Instagram. It's a sweater bag. Yeah, that's not coming through at all. Oh, kind of there. If I put it at a really awkward angle, it kind of comes through. It's a large sweater bag, and you can order it from the Dire Wolf Etsy shop. You can check it out. I'll post it on my Instagram page so everybody can see it too. But yeah, she's got those coming out. I also wanted to tell you guys about a new podcast that I've been watching. which is My Yarny Corner, which is a girl from the UK named Alexis, and she is brand new to podcasting too. So we've kind of just been talking back and forth because we're both kind of brand new to this. And yeah, you should go watch her podcast because she has an adorable British accent and I like watching her. But yeah, she is at my_yarny_corner on Instagram too, if you want to go follow her. I had someone request to have me talk about what my favorite sweater would be that I would suggest to someone who's never knit a sweater before. And I really thought long and hard about this because I don't really subscribe to the whole like beginner patterns. I really honestly believe that if you want to make a pattern bad enough, there's not a whole lot of patterns out there that you can't just knit. Like I honestly don't think that there's a such thing as like a beginner sweater pattern. I just think it's just how ambitious are you? Really. But one of the best sweater patterns that I've ever made, and I will make again, and I thought was a really easy sweater pattern, and I'd recommend to anybody who wants to make an easy sweater, is this one. This one's obviously for my son. He loves green. This is the Flax Sweater by Tin Can Knits. And they also have this pattern in a light version, so you can make it with fingering weight too. So basically, it's just a basic raglan pullover, and it has this detail on the sleeve. So you can see that it has like a garter stitch detail all down the sleeve. It's knit from the top down. Basically, you just knit the raglans increases, and then when you get to the sleeves, you put your sleeves on stitch markers, you knit the body, and then you go back and knit the sleeves. It's actually really simple, really fun. Doesn't take a lot of brain power, which is good because I don't have any these days. But yeah, it's a cute little sweater. It comes in pretty much any size and gender you want to make it for. Like it comes in women's sizes, kids sizes, men's sizes. You can make it for anybody. So it's kind of like a perfect like all-around sweater project. But yeah, I want to show you guys that because someone asked. So yeah, if I were to recommend one sweater pattern for a beginner sweater, I think it would be this one. I'm sure there's lots of other ones out there that are good too, but this is one that I've made that I've really enjoyed and thought was really simple and really straightforward, and I could knit it 100 more times easily. At one point, I had this big idea that I was going to knit one for everyone in my family, and so that we could get like family photos taken with our flax sweaters. And I started, and I knit one for my son because he's little and it was easier. And then I kind of lost momentum on it, but I'm sure I will go back someday and make one for me and my husband. And now my little girl, who will be here in theory 5 weeks. But you know how these things are. You can never really plan when you give birth. The other thing I wanted to show you guys on the topic of beginner sweaters was this book. This book is something that I picked up many, many years ago. It's called The Sweater Workshop, and it's by Jacqueline Fee. And it is an old book. Like, I think this book was published originally, let me see here, 1983 was when this was published originally. So the sweaters are obviously sweaters that someone would wear in 83. But this book doesn't just have patterns for making sweaters. It actually is almost like a sweater knitting course. So the book starts off with a sampler project, and you knit the sampler project. And this is what the sampler project looks like. I actually have made two. I couldn't find them. I don't know what you do with these things when you're done with them because they're not anything. But I can show you a picture in the book. They're basically just tiny little samplers where you do a few rows of some different techniques that you would use in a sweater, and then you move on to the next technique. So there's different things like ribbing and twisted ribbing and stripes and ribbing and a belt and a pocket, two-color knitting, I-cord, different things like that, hems, lacing. So you kind of go through the steps, putting in buttons and button bands, and you kind of go through the steps and make this ugly little sampler thing, and it turns out to be like this big and this wide, and I don't really know what to do with it now that I made it. It kind of like looks like if you sewed the top of it, that you might be able to make it like one of those things that you put over the top of a really big golf club. But other than that, I don't know what else you would do with it. But yeah, after you go through and make this ugly looking sampler thing, then it goes right into instructions on how to make a basic sweater. But the difference between this book and most books is that it doesn't give you a pattern. It actually gives you instructions to create your own. So you can pick whatever weight yarn you want, whatever size you want. You do measurements for whoever you're knitting it for. And it actually walks you through, this is the basic sweater, it calls it. It actually walks you through step by step on how to do your own math to figure out how many stitches to cast on, how many increases to do for the raglans. It basically walks you through the whole thing. Anytime there's math that needs to be done, it walks you through how to do the calculations. It walks you through how to do all the different steps and how to customize different types of sleeves. So if you want to do like a fitted sleeve or a big bell sleeve or any kind of different type sleeves, it gives you, I think, 6 different options here, but you could always make up your own. But yeah, and then it goes into different necklines on how to do different necklines. So you could do crew necks or V-necks. It talks about different sweater variations. So yeah, it basically completely walks you through. It's a pattern, but you have to actually do all your own math along with it. So you can customize it completely however you want, which I think is really cool. And it kind of gives you a really good look at how sweaters are created and how to customize your own sweaters. It's also really good for people who want to use hand spun yarn, because you can customize it to any gauge or yarn you want. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys that book. I've knit several sweaters. I knit one of my first, probably my 3rd sweater I ever knit was the sweater from this book. Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. I think it kind of really helped just with the process of designing a sweater and how to just customize it in different ways. But yeah, it's basic. Like you're not gonna have, it doesn't have any patterns in it for fancy sweaters or anything unusual. It's just a basic pullover raglan sweater. But I found that it was really helpful in teaching me how to do the math and how to kind of create a sweater that I wanted instead of following a pattern. But yeah, I really like that book. You can tell that my walls aren't even painted. Isn't that awesome? I also don't have a floor. You can't really see that. And I probably didn't need to tell you, but I don't have a floor down here. My basement is only actually half finished. We bought this house 5 years ago, and the basement was completely unfinished. We have done a little bit of work to it, but not a whole lot. Like we made this wall and this door, and we put a bed back there, but the bedroom's not done. It's just there. And now it's just kind of my husband's office where he does all his marking. He's a teacher, and he has a lot of computer technology here. Like, I can't show you because it's a monitor and I can't really turn it around, but he's got two iMac computers side by side. So yeah, he's got a lot of technology down here. A lot of empty Gatorade bottles. I kind of tried to make it pretty a little bit so that I like move some of the clutter off his side of the desk so that it was like a little bit more, that I didn't live in a pigsty, but truthfully I do. Anyways, this podcast has been somewhat of a disaster, as has this week. So I think it's pretty appropriate. So I think I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I will be back in 2 weeks. Maybe if I'm really lucky, I will be back in 2 weeks with a baby. That will be exciting. I'm sure everyone will want to see that episode. I might have to podcast with a baby strapped to me. That'd be fun. But yeah, probably not. Technically, I'm at 35 weeks right now. So in 2 weeks, that would put me at 37 weeks. So could be a baby, could not be a baby. We don't know. Who knows? My mom seems to think that I'm going to be overdue again. I was 10 days overdue with Alex. She seems to think that she was overdue with all her babies, so I'm going to be overdue with all mine too. So we'll see. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe this time Alex was kind of like a calm baby. He just kind of, he didn't kick a lot. He just kind of was in there, cozy, and didn't want to come out. But this baby, this little girl, she's feisty. She likes to kick and move around in there, and it kind of just feels like she's just trying to get out. Tonight at supper time, I was just laying on the couch, and she was just like, it had to be like hands and feet just going at the same time, and like, I don't know what she was doing in there, but she was trying to get out somehow. It wasn't working for her, but it seemed like she was trying to get out. So yeah, I kind of think maybe she's gonna push her way out early. I'm hoping. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Anyways, have a good 2 weeks, guys. And I apologize for being super late to the podcast. Hopefully, yeah, I don't know. I need a better plan for next time. I'll just come down here and do it on my husband's computer in this beautiful background. Because, yeah, my computer's, it's a MacBook and it's 10 years old. So, yeah, I've had it for 10 years. And it works. Like, I've been working on it every day from home. But it's a little sketch. For sure. So, yeah, I need to buy a new computer. My husband just got a new computer, so it's my turn now. So yeah, sometime in the soon. Either that, or I just need to find 1,000 very, very nice people who think that they could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then I can stream from my awesome phone. Because I have an iPhone 11 Pro because I wanted the really good camera for taking Instagram pictures, which I love the camera on it. It's super awesome. But turns out you can't stream from your phone on YouTube until you have 1,000 subscribers. And, I may never get to 1,000 subscribers. So I may just be, sitting down here in my basement every 2 weeks for the foreseeable future. But that's okay. Again, I hope you guys have a great 2 weeks. And I will see you again on Tuesday, in 2 weeks from now. Have a great week, guys.